Access to quality care is a major issue here in Connecticut and across the country. Now, an organization addressing that issue head-on is New Haven-based All Our Kin. And joining us now is board member Myra Jones-Taylor and Ned Handy of Citizens Bank. It's great to have you both with us.
Thank you.
Great to be here, Jocelyn.
Now, Ned, back in July, All Our Kin was actually named a champion in action by NewsAid and Citizens Bank.
Sure were, and what a great institution. We're thrilled to invite them into our family of champions in action.
Now, how did we choose them to be the champions?
So the category was youth programming, and they certainly fit that that category. And they were in a competition. There were several candidates for it, and they were selected by our committee.
How easy is it for programs like this to be considered to be a champion in action?
So there's an online application process. It's very easy. They have to fit the category for the quarter. And in this case, obviously, All Our Kin did, and we were so happy to select them.
Oh, this is great! Congratulations, Myra. This is what, $25,000
right,
is what you
right,
received?
Right, it's a lot of money.
So tell us about what All Our Kin is all about.
Right. Well, All Our Kin invests in women in low-income communities, giving them the skills and tools they need to provide high-quality child care to our youngest and most vulnerable children.
As a mom, I know how tough it is to find quality child care. So how do parents find you?
Oh, you're right. Well, All Our Kin, people can come to All Our Kin and they can find us on our website or by calling us, and we're in New Haven, and we are expanding actually to other parts of Connecticut shortly. But you're right, childcare is so difficult to find. I know one statistic is that in New Haven there is one licensed childcare spot for every 8 babies who needs one. So there's great need of quality childcare throughout the community, and especially in low-income communities.
It's extremely expensive.
It is, absolutely. And one thing that All Our Kin does is provides options that are affordable for low-income families. We're talking about communities that really have been affected by welfare reform or really looking for work, and it's often hard to afford childcare. I know I paid more than my mortgage for childcare, and I was privileged enough to do that. But certainly there are more families who cannot do that, and so we train family childcare providers who provide more affordable care in communities.
And so if a parent is interested in All Our Kin, what kind of programs do you provide them?
Right. Well, we really work with providers. So the beauty of All Our Kin is it's so simple, and yet it has an impact on providers, parents, and children. So we take providers who are at various stages of becoming a successful family childcare provider. And so we have a provider who just wants to know how to become a provider, isn't even really sure where to begin, up to veteran providers who've been doing it for 30 years but just want to become better. And so we can take them along, those providers who don't know what to do, we take them through the toolkit and they learn how to become licensed providers. And once they're licensed, they can, or if you've already become licensed but want to be better, there are several ways that you can become a better family childcare provider with All Our Kin. You can have access to child development courses, so understand what the nuts and bolts behind a child and what it is that makes them do those amazing things and those frustrating things sometimes that they do. You can also get hands-on mentoring from master teachers who will go in there and actually set up your room and change it so that it's more child-friendly, or help you with curriculum that's more stimulating for children. And there are also microloan programs. We actually provide zero-interest loans for family childcare providers because these are the quintessential small business owners. We're talking about providers who are in communities who are keeping their businesses open through great support like Citizens Bank, and we really want to make sure that they're still in business so they can provide parents with quality care.
So this is really one of the major reasons why you decided to name a champion in action.
The energy is unbelievable. 250 adults they impact every year. 1,200 children get quality child care because of the work that they do, and we thought that reach in the community was incredibly important. And obviously preparing these children for the whole education path and doing so early in their life is critical. So.
And this really opens up an opportunity for people who are who want to do something like this to provide quality child care.
Right.
Is there many people out there switching careers, perhaps?
Absolutely. I mean, child care, family child care in particular, is one of these fulfilling, rewarding careers, but also extremely isolating and challenging. And so what All Our Kin does is provide this network of highly trained staff, but also colleagues and peers who are out there and supporting each other and saying, you can do it. It's difficult, but you can do it, and this is how. And statistics show, there's a lot of research out there that shows that family child care providers who are part of a staff-supported network actually do much better. One example, there was just an analysis by the Connecticut Center for Economic Analysis out of UConn, who just did an economic analysis of all our kin and found that providers who are part of all our kin make 10% more than providers who are not part of all our kin in Connecticut alone. So tremendous impact this organization has, and it reaches beyond the providers, of course, who are running these small businesses and are educators, but to children who require this high quality care, and parents who need to be able to go to work knowing that their children are cared for and are stimulated and will become these thriving, successful children that we need them to be.
Well, how can families find out whether their provider has had this help from All Our Kin?
That is such a great question, actually. So it would be wonderful if more parents actually would ask about All Our Kin. You know, are you an All Our Kin provider?
Exactly.
Because truly they are making a huge impact. We had this conference at Yale this spring, and the energy behind these providers who are often low income themselves, not making a lot of money, but are so committed to being skilled providers. And it truly makes a difference in the lives of children having these providers.
And we mentioned $25,000 from this.
We are so
fabulous,
grateful.
But as important is the visibility. So hopefully this helps All Our Kin become more known and helps them build a brand somewhat. And so I think, to your point, maybe this gets the name out there and builds the visibility through your public service announcements and through our branches and the visibility on our ATMs and on both our websites. I think that's one of the great things about the program.
No, absolutely. We are so grateful for the money. Obviously, is going to go a tremendous way and have a huge impact. But again, being able to speak to the critical importance of those early learning years for children and the work of these people who are really on the front lines providing this critical care, especially in vulnerable communities.
Myra, Ned, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing the information about All Our Kin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jess.
Oh, you're welcome. And we have more Connecticut Style right after this. Stay with us.